Good day, kids! Today, we are going to have the part 3 of our Patterns in Algebra topic, and we are going to focus on the laws of exponent, multiplication, and division of polynomials. Our goals for this week's topic are: identify the different laws of exponents, derive the laws of exponents, multiply polynomials, and divide polynomials. But before we proceed to our topic for this week, let's have a short game. Sasagutan natin itong crossword puzzle na aking inihanda bilang ating review at paghahanda sa topic ngayong linggo. Handa na ba kayo? Sagutan muna natin ang across. Number 3, this is the other term for raised to the power of 2. Isiping maigi ang sagot. Tama! Ang sagot dito ay squared. 4. Rule or the process of correct procedure. Ano kaya ito? Naisip na ba ang salita? Very good! Ito ay law. Number 5. Answer for subtraction. Alam kong alam nyo ang tawag dito. Tama! Ito ay difference. 8. The answer for multiplication. Ano kaya ang tawag sa sagot pag tayo ay nagmumultiply? Magaling! Ito ay product. At huli, para sa across, the answer for division. Napakahusay! Ito ay quotient. Ngayon naman, pumunta tayo para sa down. Ang ating magiging sagot ay papunta na sa baba. Handa na ba kayo? 1. This is the other term for raised to the power of 3. Tama, ito ay cubed. 2. Giving equivalent to the expression. Ano kaya ang sagot dito? Ito ay ginawa natin noong nakaraang linggo. Magaling! Ito ay evaluate. Next, number 3. The answer for addition. Meron na tayong unang letter, which is the letter S. Ano kaya ang sagot dito? Tama, ito ay sum. Next, 6. This can be positive or negative. Mayroon na din tayong isang letra para sa ating clue. Ano nga ulit ang number na pwedeng maging positive at negative? Very good. Ito ay integer. At last, number 7. This will determine the number of times we are going to multiply the base to itself. Ano kayang tawag dito? Opo, napag-aralan din natin ito noong nakaraang linggo. Ito ay great job! Ito ay ang exponent. Ang mga words na naging sagot natin sa puzzle na ito ay nagamit na natin noong nakaraang linggo. Pero muli natin silang ma-encounter sa pag-aaralan natin ngayong week. Handa na ba kayo? Alam kong handang-handa na kayo makinig at habang kayo ay nakikinig sa ating lesson, kayo din ay magsulat ng mga importanteng details ng ating topic para magamit ninyo sa inyong review. Magsimula na tayo. Let's proceed now to the laws of exponent. Ito naman yung mga rules na dapat nating sundin regarding exponents. Number 1, x raised to n or n times. Tandaan, si x ang ating magiging base at si n o ang mga letter sa taas ang ating magiging exponent. Gagamitin natin si exponent para malaman kung ilang beses natin imumultiply si base sa kanyang sarili. Example, 5 squared or 5 raised to 2. Ang una nating dapat gawin para ma-solve si 5 squared ay magkaroon ng expanded form nito. At ito ay 5 times 5. Minultiply natin si 5 ng 2 beses sa kanyang sarili dahil ang exponent natin ay 2. Ngayon, imultiply natin si 5 at 5 at ang magiging sagot natin ay 25. Pangalawa ay ang power of powers. Sa gantong example naman, imumultiply natin ang exponent na nasa loob ng parenthesis sa exponent na nasa labas ng parenthesis. Halimbawa, 5 squared raised to the power of 2. Kung saan meron tayong 2 na exponent ni 5 sa loob ng parenthesis at ito ay naka-raise sa power of 2 o ang exponent sa labas ng parenthesis. Muli, kailangan nating gamitan ito ng expanded form. Ang ating mga exponent or powers ay imumultiply natin sa isa't isa. 2 times 2 is equal to 4. Kaya ang magiging exponent ng ating base na 5 ay 4. O kung babasahin natin, 5 raised to the power of 4. Upang hindi tayo malito, isulat natin si 5 raised to the power of 4 sa kanyang expanded form, kung saan ito ay magiging 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. At kapag na-multiply na natin ang 5 ng 4 na beses sa kanyang sarili, ang magiging sagot natin ay 625. Tandaan, hindi natin imumultiply si 5 kay 4, kundi imumultiply natin si 5 ng 4 na beses sa kanyang sarili. Ang pangatlo naman ay product of power, wherein x raised to n multiplied by x raised to m will be x raised to n plus m. Kung mapapansin ninyo, kinopya lang natin ang kanilang base na x at pinag-add ang kanilang mga exponents. Example, 5 raised to 2 multiplied by 5 raised to 3. Ang kailangan nating gawin ay kopyahin ang base na 5 at i-add ang exponents na 2 at 3. At ang ating magiging sagot ay 5 raised to 5. Hindi pa dito natatapos ang ating sagot. Kailangan i-expand natin ito para makuha natin ang final answer. 5 raised to 5 is equal to 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, wherein we will multiply 5 times to itself. And our answer will be 3,125. Our next rule is power of a product rule. Para mas maintindihan ninyo, dalawa ang aking binigay na base sa example na ito. X times y raised to n. At ito ay magiging x raised to n multiplied by y raised to n. Example, 5 times 2 raised to 2. Para sa ating expanded form, kailangan nating i-distribute kay 5 and 2 ang ating exponent na 2. At ito ay magiging 5 raised to 2 multiplied by 2 raised to 2. At ito ay magiging 5 times 5 multiplied by 2 times 2. 5 times 5 is 25 and 2 times 2 is 4. Then, i-multiply na natin si 25 and 4 para sa ating final answer, and this is 100. Huwag nating kakalimutan sa power of product rule, kailangan nating i-multiply sa mga exponents ng bases ang ating exponent sa labas ng parenthesis. Next is the quotient of power. Dahil magkaparehas muli ang ating mga bases, ang gagawin natin ay kokopyahin lang natin ito. At ima-minus natin ang exponent ng ating divisor na x raised to m sa ating dividend na x raised to n. At ito ay magiging x raised to n minus m. Sa quotient of power, magbibigay ako ng dalawang magkaibang example. Unang example, paano kung ang exponent ni dividend o yung nasa taas ay mas malaki sa exponent ni divisor na nasa ilalim? Ganito ang ating gagawin. 5 raised to 5 divided by 5 raised to 3. Kopyahin muli natin ang kanilang base. At ito ay magiging 5. I-minus na natin ang ating mga exponents. 5 minus 3 is 2. Ito ay magiging 5 raised to 2. At gamit ang ating expanded form na 5 times 5, ang ating magiging final answer ay 25. Punta naman tayo sa pangalawang example na kung saan ang exponent ni dividend o nasa taas ay mas maliit kesa sa exponent ni divisor na nasa ilalim. 5 raised to 4 divided by 5 raised to 6. Ito ay magiging 5 raised to 4 minus 6. Dito gagamitin natin ang rule sa subtraction of integer. Gagamit tayo ng keep, change, change. Ang 5 raised to 4 minus 6 ay magiging 5 raised to negative 2. According to our rule, hindi tayo pwedeng magkaroon ng negative exponent. Kaya isi-simplify natin ito upang matanggal ang negative. Ang 5 raised to negative 2 ay magiging 1 over 5 raised to 2. Ang kanyang expanded form ay magiging 1 over 5 times 5 at ang ating final answer ay magiging 1 over 25. Our last rule is law for zero exponent. X raised to 0 is equal to 1, where x should not be equal to 0. Sa rule ng exponent na to, ang ating base ay hindi pwedeng maging 0. At lahat ng base na naka-raise sa 0 ay laging equal sa 1. Example, 5 raised to 0 is equal to 1. Multiplication of polynomials. Sa pagmumultiply ng polynomials, huwag natin kakalimutan na kailangan din nating sumunod sa multiplication of integer rule at sa loss of exponent rule. At upang mas maintindihan ang ating topic, pag-aralan natin ang mga examples na ito. Number 1. 3xy multiply to 4xz. Kung mapapansin ninyo, ang mga variables na ginamit ko ay nilagyan ko muli ng kanya-kanyang kulay upang mas maintindihan ninyo ang gagawin natin sa multiplication of polynomials. Paano nga ba natin isosolve ang given na ito? Upang mas mapadali ang pagsosolve natin, i-rewrite ulit natin ang given into its vertical form. 3xy multiplied by 4xz. And then we are going to proceed to the multiplication of polynomials. Kung mapapansin ninyo, parehas monomial ang ating mga given. Magsisimula tayo sa ating variable z. Dahil wala namang katulad si variable z, ibababa lang natin siya. Ganon din si y. Tandaan, hindi natin pwedeng i-multiply ang mga terms kung hindi naman sila magkaparehas. Kaya kung wala silang kaparehas, ibababa lang natin ang ating mga variables. Ngayon, pumunta tayo kay x. Kung mapapansin ninyo, meron tayong dalawang variable x na makikita sa ating given. Ang isa ay katabi ni 3 at ang isa ay katabi ni 4. Tayo ay magfa-follow sa law of exponent. Kukopyahin lang natin si variable x at ia-add ang kanyang mga exponents. Dahil mayroong invisible 1 na exponent ang ating mga variable x, ia-add pa din natin ito sa isa't isa. Kaya 1 plus 1, ito ay magiging 2. At ang ating magiging sagot ay x raised to 2. At imumultiply na lang natin ang mga natirang numerical coefficient. 3 times 4 is equal to 12. At ang ating final answer for 3xy multiplied to 4xz ay 12x raised to 2yz. Now let's proceed to our next example. 4a squared plus 3a minus 5 multiplied to 3abc. Kagaya ng ginawa natin sa naunang example, binigyan ko din ng mga designated colors ang ating mga variables. Muli, i-rewrite natin ang mga given at sumunod tayo sa vertical process ng multiplication. Ngayon naman, tayo ay magmumultiply ng monomial, which is 3abc, sa trinomial na 4a raised to 2 plus 3a minus 5. Ang una nating gagawin ay imumultiply si 3abc kay negative 5. Isusunod na imumultiply ito sa positive 3a at huling-huli nating imumultiply ito kay 4a raised to 2. Ngayon ay isa-isahin natin sila. 3abc multiplied to negative 5 is equal to negative 15abc. Bakit siya naging negative 15abc? Minultiply natin ang kanyang numerical coefficient na 3 at negative 5. Huwag kalimutan, tayo ay susunod sa law ng multiplication of integer, na kapag magkaiba ang sign, negative ang magiging sagot. Muli, 3 times negative 5 is equal to negative 15 at kinopya lang natin ang kanyang mga variables na a, b, c. Next is 3abc multiplied to 3a. Again, let's multiply its numerical coefficient. 3 times 3 is equal to 9. Then we are going to multiply its variables. Since si a lamang ang may kaparehas, ia-add natin ang kanyang mga exponents at ang magiging sagot ay a squared. And let's copy b and c since wala naman silang kaparehas na variable sa ating given. Now let's have 3abc multiplied to 4a squared. Again, let's multiply its numerical coefficient 4 and 3 and the answer is 12. Let's copy the variable a and add its exponents, 2 and 1, and the answer is a cubed. And let's copy the variable b and c dahil wala naman silang kaparehas sa ating given. And our final answer for this example is 12a cubed bc plus 9a squared bc minus 15abc. Now let's have our last example for the multiplication of polynomials. Let's multiply 2m squared plus 2m minus 3 multiplied to m minus 4. Kung mapapansin ninyo, ang ating unang given ay trinomial at ang ating pangalawang given ay binomial. Isulat muli natin ng pa-vertical ang ating mga given upang makapagsagot tayo ng mas madali. Ang uunahin nating i-multiply ay ang last term sa ating binomial, which is negative 4. At i-multiply natin ito sa ating trinomial. At kapag nakakuha na tayo ng partial product dito, ang susunod naman nating gagawin ay i-multiply ang first term ng ating binomial, which is m, sa ating trinomial. And then, i-add na natin ang ating mga nakuhang partial product para makuha natin ang ating final product. Let's begin. Negative 4 times negative 3 is positive 12. Now, let's have negative 4 times 2m. We are going to multiply negative 4 to its numerical coefficient 2. And the answer is negative 8, and let's copy the variable m. Now let's have negative 4 times 2m squared. Again, we are going to multiply its numerical coefficient, negative 4 and 2, and the answer is negative 8. And now, let's copy the variable m squared. Tapos na tayo sa ating unang partial product, pumunta naman tayo sa ikalawa. M multiplied by negative 3, the answer is negative 3m. Itapat lang natin siya sa kanyang kaparehas na variable. And now, let's proceed with m multiplied to 2m. The answer is 2. And let's copy the variable m and let's add its exponent. 1 plus 1 is 2. That's why we have positive 2m squared. Itapat din natin siya sa kanyang kaparehas na term. And last, let's multiply m to 2m squared. The answer is 2. And let's have the variable m and add 2 and 1 for its exponent, and the answer is 3. And the product for this is 2m raised to 3. By having the partial products, let's now add this to have the final product. Let's bring down positive 12 since wala naman siyang katapat. Let's add negative 8m and negative 3m. Since parehas naman sila ng sign, according to our rule in addition, we are going to add it and copy its sign. Negative 8 plus negative 3 is negative 11, and let's bring down its variable m. Now let's have negative 8 and positive 2. Based on the rule of addition of integers, we cannot add different signs. Instead, we are going to subtract it. Negative 8 plus positive 2 is equal to negative 6. Why negative 6? Because we subtracted 2 from 8. It is negative because we copied the sign of the higher absolute value, which is 8. And now, we are going to bring down its variable m squared. Since walang katapat si 2m raised to 3, we are going to bring it down. And our final answer for this example is 2m raised to 3 minus 6m squared minus 11m plus 12. Now let's have division of polynomials. For our first example, let's divide monomial to monomial. 25x raised to the 5th y squared z cubed divided by 5x y cubed z squared. Do not forget, in dividing polynomials, we are going to follow the laws of exponent rule and the division of integer rule. Now let's have this solution. In this example, the first thing that we need to do is to divide its numerical coefficient. 25 divided by 5 is equal to 5. Now let's have x to the 5th power and x. According to the quotient rule, we need to subtract its exponents. So 5 minus 1 is equal to 4. And the answer is x raised to the 4th power. Now let's have y squared and y cubed. Again, we need to subtract its exponents. However, in this example, our answer will be in negative. And according to our rule, we cannot have negative exponents. That's why y raised to negative 1 will be our denominator for us to eliminate its negative exponent. And now let's have z cubed and z squared. We are going to subtract 2 from 3 and the answer will be 1. Dahil 1 na ang ating exponent, maaring hindi na natin ito ilagay kay variable z. And our final answer for 25x raised to the 5th power, y squared z cubed divided by 5xy cubed z squared is equal to 5x raised to the 4th power z over y. Punta naman tayo sa ikalawang example natin. I-divide natin si 4x raised to the 8th power plus 6x raised to the 6th power minus 2x raised to the 4th power minus 10x squared kay 2x squared. Para mas madali nating maintindihan, pinaghiwa-hiwalay ko ang ating mga given. At lahat sila ay nilagyan ko ng denominator na 2x squared. Paano ba natin isosolve ang gantong example? Isa-isahin natin upang makuha natin ang sagot. 4x raised to the 8th power divided by 2x squared. Unahin nating i-divide ang kanilang numerical coefficients. 4 divided by 2 is equal to 2. Let's copy its variable. And let's subtract its exponents. And the answer is 2x raised to the 6th. Next is 6x raised to the 6th power divided by 2x squared. Again, let's divide the numerical coefficient 6 divided by 2. Copy the variable and subtract its exponents. And our answer is 3x raised to the 4th power. Now let's have negative 2x raised to the 4th divided by 2x squared. At dahil magkaiba ang kanilang mga sign, ang ating magiging sagot ay negative. Negative 2 divided by 2 is equal to negative 1, kopyahin natin ang variable at isubtract natin ang kanyang mga exponents. At ang ating magiging sagot ay negative x squared. At ang panghuli ay negative 10x squared divided by 2x squared. Muli sila ay magkaiba ng sign, kaya ang ating magiging sagot ay negative. Negative 10 divided by 2 is negative 5. Hindi na natin kokopyahin ang variable at exponent dahil kapag pinag-subtract naman natin ito, 0 na ang magiging sagot. At ang final answer sa ating example na ito ay 2x raised to the 6th power plus 3x raised to the 4th power minus x squared minus 5. Paano naman natin i-divide ang polynomial sa polynomial? Sa susunod nating example, i-divide natin ang polynomial sa binomial. Let's have 15n to the 2nd power minus 2n minus 24 divided by 3n minus 4. Paano ba natin isosolve ang gantong example? Ang unang step na gagawin natin ay i-divide si 15n squared kay 3n. I-divide natin ang kanilang numerical coefficients at isa-subtract natin ang kanilang mga exponents. So 15n squared divided by 3n is equal to 5n. Ang susunod nating gagawin ay i-multiply naman natin si 5n kay 3n minus 4. At ifa-follow lang natin ang rule sa multiplication of polynomials. 5 times 3 is 15, and i-add natin ang mga exponents ni variable n. And let's multiply 5n to negative 4. And our answer will be 15n squared minus 20n. At dahil tayo ay magsasubtract ngayon, ifa-follow natin ang keep change rule ng subtraction of integers. So from positive 15n squared minus 20n, tayo ngayon ay magkakaroon ng negative 15n squared plus 20n. And let's proceed to the addition of integers. 15n squared minus 2n plus negative 15n squared plus 20n will be equal to 18n. Bakit 18n na lang ang natira nating sagot? Dahil 15n squared plus negative 15n squared is equal to 0. Maaring hindi na natin isulat ang 0 bilang sagot. At ibinaba lang natin si minus 24. Ngayon naman, i-divide natin kay 18n si 3n. At huwag kalimutang sumunod sa mga rules na pinag-aralan natin. 18n divided by 3n is equal to positive 6. Now let's multiply positive 6 to 3n minus 4. 6 times 3n is equal to 18n, and 6 times negative 4 is equal to negative 24. Again, let's use the keep change rule in subtraction of integers. So instead of having minus, we are going to have plus. And we are going to change the sign of 18n minus 24. 18n minus 24 plus negative 18n plus 24 is equal to 0. Bakit kaya naging 0 ang sagot? Tama. 0 ang magiging sagot kung ia-add natin ang opposite polynomials or opposite integers. Balik tayong muli sa ating example. 15n squared minus 2n minus 24 divided by 3n minus 4, ang ating final answer na nakuha ay 5n plus 6. Hindi ba madali lang naman ang ating topic ngayong linggo? Ang kailangan nyo lang gawin ay sumunod sa mga rules o mga laws para hindi kayo maligaw sa pagsusolve. At dahil alam kong marami kayong natutunan, tayo ay mag-review. What are the laws of exponents discussed? Isiping maigi. Tama! Ang mga laws of exponents na napag-aralan ngayong linggo ay n times, power of a power rule, product law, power of product rule, quotient law, and law for zero exponent. Itong mga laws of exponents na ito ay maaari nating gamitin sa pagsosolve ng multiplication and division of polynomials. Talagang napakahusay niyong umintindi ng mga aralin ngayong linggo. At para mahasa pa ang inyong mga galing, tayo ay magsagot ng practice exercise 1. What is the area of the rectangle whose length is x plus 5 and width is x minus 5. Paano natin isosolve ang practice exercise 1? Tandaan sa pagkuha ng area of rectangle, kailangan nating i-multiply si length at si width. At sa madaling sabi, i-multiply natin si x plus 5 kay x minus 5. Isulat ang inyong mga solution sa inyong mga notebooks at checkan natin ito sa susunod na linggo. Punta naman tayo sa practice exercise 2. Use the long division to get the quotient of 30c squared plus 19ac minus 63a squared divided by 6c minus 7a. Muli, isulat ang inyong mga sagot sa inyong mga notebook at ito ay checkan natin sa susunod na linggo. Alam kong marami kayong natutunan sa topic na ito at huwag kayong magsawa sa pagsasagot ng iba't ibang mga math problems. Because the only way to learn mathematics is do the mathematics. Thank you, kids, and see you on the next week's video.